got? Beyond civilization. out for gangs.
There's nothing in the settled systems quite like Neon. Crazy, terrible, but never dull Neon. There should be a sign, dump your Aurora here. You make a fortune if you put a net right under here, I'm not even kidding.
Don't stop unless you're told to do so. There's a bounty on you. Get that cleared as soon as possible if you know what's good for you.
You looking to get zoned? Yeah, you know, Dusty. If you weren't here to buy some Aurora... Oh, it's not an act. If you're looking to... But for now, since you're clearly the rook that Delgado sent, let's talk... Turn around, fly back to the key, and tell the big boss that I'm in no mood to screw around. We'll make this deal when he starts taking me seriously. Come on, give me a break. You're not sending me a rook to handle a job this... Specifics, huh? I spent the last 3 months setting up this job, burned... The whole time, I'm also keeping Bayou off our backs. That idiot even catches a...
Benjamin goddamn Bayou is worse than the Crimson Fleet. I'm not even joking.
That's the way it's gonna be, huh? Fine. I don't have a ton of time to stand here and screw around. You want the conduction grid tech, then you're gonna have to download it from the power core of Generdyne's facility in the underbelly. Some fancy name the brain-trusted Generdyne calls the room where all the power... Hey, don't look at me. I didn't build the damn thing. Beneath your... It's the lowest level of Neon. Generdyne and Xenofresh are down there. I'm talking about Generdyne's main... All their cushy offices might be up in the trade tower. Love the confidence. But before you pull the ripcord, I'm afraid I need to add a bit of a... While you're inside Generdyne, I need you to plant a virus into their system. It's a simple side job that'll earn you some credits. I think you can handle it. The elevator doesn't Everything in the Crimson Fleet is accomplished through a decent... As in, I'm not going to give you the information to get your precious data. Well, well, look at you. Generdyne has all sorts of tasty, valuable snacks. Here, take this microdrive and access the computer in Brace and Bayou's office. It'll do the rest on... Yep, nepotism has its advantage. Word on the street is that the Generdyne gig is the only one Benjamin could get for his younger brother. He's not the brightest. Let's just say that information can be just as lucrative as... But don't worry, I promised Delgado that when it came to the conduction... Oh no, are you scared, little rabbit? Generdyne's got their place locked down tight, but As usual. I recommend you start with Ayumi Komiko, an upper-level exec at Generdyne. You should be asking what won't. The facility is closed to the general public. Not to mention the fact that there's going to be all sorts of... Ryujin Cloud doesn't mean shit at Generdyne, so you're going to have to deal with Komiko. Anyway, you can find Komiko at Euphorica. Talk to the owner of the place, Micah. She'll point you in the right. As for dealing with Komiko herself, she's got an office in the trade... The rest is up to you, Rook. When you're done, come meet me at the VIP booth in the Astral. Pretty laid-back club over in Ebside. Owner's name is Micah. She's young, but sharp as a razor. The little Aurora lounge she has tucked away in the building is the real gold mine. Said she... Bayou takes a cut of the profits, of course. The rumor says it's way less than he usually takes. Businesswoman, tough as hull plating. She's the COO at Generdyne, and I can assure you... As for her relationships, well, that's a bit more complicated. Publicly, she's having a bit of a fling with Benjamin Bayou. But rumor has it that she's just using Bayou and having a little bit of fun on the side with Micah, the owner of Euphorica. If I were you, I wouldn't bother trying to appeal to her good nature. She's a Nepotism gets him the job at Generdyne as their chief technician, yet the guy doesn't know the first thing about electrical engineering. They obviously invented the position just to give the moron a salary. One of the many. Frankly, I think he's such a screw-up Benjamin Bayou stuck his ass in that facility. Not much to tell, really. Thanks to their nifty little conduction grid, they're able to... Damn thing was supposed to be some kind of miracle invention, turning lightning into use. Only catch is that you need a planet like Voli, where lightning strikes often enough to make it ding! If you said 0, you're absolutely correct. So Generdyne has been in dire financial... It's that hideous canopy over the center of the city that keeps them. Some folks around here call it the span. I think it's a massive eyesore, like some sort of a... You can't miss it. Just poke your head outside and... Loaning them credits? No. The only reason they haven't folded is because they charge exorbitant fees for power. I'm talking... Okay, now, on to round 2 of our little game. Guess who has a major stake in... Ooh, not even close. It's good old Benny... That son of a bitch has a finger in every single pie and the sorry excuse for a city. How the hell do you think Brayson Bayou got the job down there? It wasn't because of his good... Just grab that tech and plant the virus. Should be a cinch. We're still talking? Time is money. Don't let Komiko push you around. She isn't as tough as she seems.
Benjamin Bayou is so not compensating for anything. Edomaniac. Astral Lounge. I mean, confession time, I used to blow off some steam there. Bad idea.
Yeah, what? Let me save you some time. If you're here for a job, we're not hiring. If you're here about... See that big yellow thing that's draped over almost the entire city? That's, besides looking like some sort of madman's modern art piece. Well, like I said, it's shut down. Look, I'm sorry if I'm blowing up at you. I'm afraid that things aren't... Why? Because I'm sick and tired of putting on a corporate thing. It's do or die time around here. We can either spin our wheels forever or worse, go under... I don't care if I'm allowed to or not. The conduction grid went online almost 75 years ago. And since then, at this point, the money we're taking in as a power utility barely covers the waste... Unfortunately, no. One step above me is Ayumi Komiko. She's the COO of the company. And then there's Kaito Harada, No, of course not. We still produce smaller power systems and backup gen. Genodyne needs to come out with something spectacular to put us back on the map. If not... Of course it is, but we're teetering on the edge of a precipice. The problem is that Brayson Bayu, Administrator Bayu's brother, is currently heading up the R&D division. I swear to you, the man doesn't know the first thing. I can give you 117 reasons. Our employees. If Genodyne goes completely under, how many of them will lose their jobs? My position puts me in charge of the welfare of our personnel. Isn't it obvious? Administrator Bayu clearly leaned on Ms. Komiko to get it. I actually need our CEO's approval for that. Look, I'm running out of options. No one above me. I have a full report on Brayson that I want to send to Administrator Bayu. But what do you think I should do? It describes my aggravation with how badly Brayson Bayu is. I'm also including a list of all the failed experiments he's greenlit, and how much they've cost Genodyne as proof of his incompetence. I'm praying someone as financially successful as Administrator Bayu might be able to put aside his You know what? You're absolutely right. Hey, look, thanks for... If there's anything else you need, That's an excellent question. The conduction grid is only effective in lightning-rich environments. Genodyne has always hoped to adapt the grid's absorption technology for other applications. The span above the city is outfitted with a specially developed electromagnetic When a lightning discharge hits the span, the energy is instantly distributed across the grid. The energy is then transferred through a series of polyphasic capacitors and rectifiers to ensure all of the negative. At this point, the energy is clean, and it gets stored in massive storage cells in Neon's underbelly, from which it's parceled out and used. Genodyne was founded in 2232 by the original designer of the conduction grid, Felicia Corbin. Working from her facility in Neon, it took her almost 25 years to get. That was Genodyne's first and last major success. As long as it doesn't get me into serious trouble. I've only been working here for a few years now. Well, the big boss is our CEO, Mr. Harada. She's my boss. She's fine. She might be a bit tough on all of us, but being responsible for Neon's power grid is a very... Whoa. Okay, that's crossing the line. I'm glad you understand the position. I think... Okay, listen. You didn't hear this from me, but I know she's up to something with Benjamin Bayu. He was in her office a few weeks ago, and they had some kind of shouting match. It got really heated until Bayu stormed out the door. I don't know what it was about, but I happen to know Miss Komiko keeps audio recordings of all her meetings in her safe. And before you ask, yes, I'll unlock it for you. Just don't tell anyone I helped, okay? Because I'm sick and tired of the corruption that's run. People around here spend half their lives terrified about being backstabbed. Something rotten is going on in this company, and one day... Sure, no problem. It was great speaking with you.
Can't talk. I've got a deadline coming up. Are you lost?
Alright, Ben. What was so important I had to come to the office in the middle of the night?
It's the numbers, Ayumi. I don't like what I'm seeing.
If you'd stop interfering with my company, the numbers would be better.
Your company? That's funny. I thought it belonged to Mr. Harada.
Give me a break. We both know you set up that identity so we could both reap the profits off the books.
If Generdyne was showing a profit, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
How the hell am I supposed to make a profit when all I have is your brother, the idiot, as my chief technician?
I'd choose your next words very carefully, Miss Komiko. Raise the utility costs to your clients, cut some staff, I don't care how you do it. I want Generdyne's profit soaring by the end of the month. And if I ever hear you talking about Brayson like that again, well, I'm sure you can imagine the consequences.
Hey, look at me. Hacking and me don't mix.
If you'll excuse me, I have a deadline to meet.
No time to chat.
Hello. It's good to see you today. What? Oh my god. I've never actually met Mr. Harada. I haven't even seen a picture of the man. So that means Bayu has a controlling stake in Generdyne already. And he's soaking up... Well, this certainly puts a different spin on things. I'll just keep my head down. Hope to see you again soon.
security of the police program.
Move along.
You're really going to walk on by and miss out on a chance to experience Euphorica? We have everything you want out of Neon and more.
You good?
Love the vibe of this place.
Come in and let your cares melt away for a while. You people should leave her alone. Not that it's any of your business. I refuse to let anything bad happen. Yeah, sure. You debt collectors are low-life ass. Now get out of my club before I get really pissed.
Wouldn't be the first club I was tossed out of.
The Crimson Fleet? Oh my, I'm sorry. I had no idea. Sorry, Ayumi owes a lot of money around town. I'm trying to help her out. If you want to talk to her, you can find her. Of course, access to the lounge is going to cost you. Excellent. Then please let us know if anything in the lounge interferes with your company. Don't forget to ask Q to see our special menu.
Take it easy.
Care for some Aurora? Hello there. I'll be happy to provide whatever you need. Can I get you anything? Yes. Well, due to the extreme exclusivity of the member, you can rest assured that purchasing Aurora from this establishment is not only safe. Of course, no purchases are required. You're more than welcome. We also offer an assortment of beverages, so feel free. Miss Komiko is a dangerous person who's involved herself. She's clearly using Micah for her own nefarious purposes. Nothing would make me feel more relieved than their relation. It doesn't take a genius to deduce that there's some sort of illegal activity. They've met down here in the members' lounge on more than one occasion, and I overheard them arguing about electrical components, delivery. They met about a year ago when Miss Komiko visited Euphorica. At first, they seemed very happy together. But recently, Micah thinks they're in love, but I'm concerned that she's becoming I can't bear to see Micah's heart be led astray. I trust one day... Oh my goodness! I trust I haven't convinced you to kill? All I want is for her to be out of Micah's life. Begging your pardon, I find that fraternizing with the customers can lead to no offense intended. Thank you. Let me know. I'm certain you'll find something to... You're welcome to sit back, relax, and enjoy your time here.
Hey there!
Yeah. Before you continue, if you're having a problem with your POW or complain about your... anything else? You must be zoned out of your mind, because there's no way anyone's sober. How the hell did you find that? It was Estelle Vincent, wasn't it? That bitch. I knew. Here, take this pass. It should get you through the storage room entry to the facility. I'm warning you though. Once you're inside, you're trespassing in a high security zone. That means they shoot on sight. Good luck. You're going to need it. I suppose if I don't explain, a copy of that recording you found might... A few years back, the previous CEO of Generdyne went... Instead, Bayu muscled his way into the company and gave me an out. I had no choice. But I decided right then and there, I was going to... If that meant seducing Bayu to tip him off balance, then so be it. Luckily for me. What do you think happened? Bayu started sticking his nose into Generdyne's business. In response, the CEO made a huge mistake by threatening to take his grievances to the... Oh, we're polar opposites. Micah is the only person in this godforsaken city that's kept... She doesn't want money, doesn't use me for influence or as a stepping stone to get it. And when this stupid bullshit is over, and Bayu is 10 fathoms deep under Neon, we'll be there. If you had to work with Grayson Bay, the man is still a totally incompetent fool, and he's... The worst part of it is that he's Administrator Bayu's brother, so I can't fire him. It's like having a cut on your body, and you're helplessly watching yourself bleed to death. What is this? A job interview? I'm the COO of the company, second to the top, right under our esteemed CEO, Mr. Harada, also known as Benjamin Bayu. So when you ask me what I do for Generdyne, the answer is nothing. The Bayus run the show, and I tread water. The salary helps, of course, but at the end of the day, I'm just a joke, sitting in an office to me. Keeps him off the Freestar Collective's radar. They might actually step in if they discover that the same person controlling the city's regulation... If you haven't figured it out by now, Benjamin has a stranglehold on the city. Try and get in his way, and then he uses Neon security to beat you senseless. Or the CEO... I just know this is gonna come back to bite me on the ass. I just know it.
Yes? What? You have room for one more on your crew? If your ship is equipped with an electromagnetic weapon, I can... Let me know if you change your mind.
Looks like you need to relax.
I'd be making a fortune if you let us fish for cats.
Try some trawl? Welcome to Xenofresh Seafood. Trawl is an extruded polypaste blend. It's healthy, tasty. Please refrain from insulting Xenofresh. If you wish to register a complaint, please fill out. Yeah, we're currently out of.
If you want to try trawl, just don't. Unless you want to be.
In the meantime, may I suggest you try a tube of trawl? Yeah, trust me, you don't want it. They take everything left over from the Aurora processing, and then they add some kind of oh god, what do they call it? Algin. Hey, why don't you give me a break? I work at this shop. I mean, it totally sucks, smelling like fish. Look, I can't really talk about this if they see me talking to a... If they boot me out of here, I don't get my employee allotment of Aurora. Prepare to know the truth. No catch? Hell yeah! It's gonna take a hell of a lot of Aurora. So, oh, damn. If you come across some, maybe you could still... Next time, pick up a few extra tubes of trawl. You know.
What is this? Is that another one of your experiments?
Well, I was just trying something. Hey, are you making fun of my cooking?
No. I just don't want a repeat of your spider au gratin. I can still taste the cheese with that lovely crunch of kite.
Ah, my God, you're never going to let me live that down, are you? Ready to eat? Hey there. Welcome to Offworld Eats. Feel like... Wow, thank you very much. My husband Lee and I have spent years sourcing the most... You can't find this type of cuisine anywhere else in Neon. Lee Leonard. We've been together for almost 5 years. Well, that was our own. But it turns out that our little niece has also created our biggest hurdle. In order for this... To do that, we need to constantly source ingredients from across the set. When we first arrived, we needed every credit we had to open the restaurant. We kept the ship, but then the bills started piling up. And we had to shift from paying for jump fuel to just keeping the doors open. After a while, it was obvious that keeping a ship we can't even afford to operate was a waste of money. It was sustainable when we had a regular supply chain and our own ship. Ella Tora, you're not here to listen to my line. Well, let me stop talking so It's not by choice. The amount of money required to maintain a business, this space in the underbelly, is literally all we can afford. But you know what? All that really matters is that we have a solid roof over... Not at all. We met on a Trident Starlines cruise around 8 years ago. I was a trained chef, and we dated for a while, fell in love, and married only a year later. That's when we decided to... That would be so helpful. What I need or any sort of exotic... It's actually simpler than it sounds. If you've never seen it before and you aren't horrified to eat it, we're willing to pay. As long as you don't try and gouge us like the import... Oh, there's one important thing. Be careful when you're collecting. It's not worth getting hurt trying to harvest the... Not at all. Here. Next time you're feeling hungry,
Look us up again.
You know, everyone does their best work with security literally riding you. I don't know about you, but I might have what you need. Whatever you say.
Laboratory result. Project GRD-092A. Technician Shibata reporting. I am reporting on the progress of Chief Technician Beiyu's project, the multi-terabyte nutriment preparation node. We've discovered by that directly connecting the power conducts into the conduction grid matrix, we can avoid signal loss. This should increase our output significantly and reduce the results by the factor of at least 10. Our goal, as per the chief technician, is to have my burrito ready the moment after I shut the door on the device. And though we've come close, we are still falling short by 3 seconds. We shall continue to investigate.
tonight? Chunks or draw?
Actually, I thought I'd splurge and head over to Off-World Eats.
Well, you're in for a treat. Last time I tried one of their off-world specials, I had terrible stomach problems for days.
Yes, the entire facility was well aware of your stomach problems. Point taken.
brought it up.
Oh, it's you. I was... If you want the encryption cipher, you're welcome to it. I just... When you accessed the computer and the power... I knew you were coming. I just... No. Okay. I'm not trying to... At this point, I'd do anything to get back at my brother. You're kidding, right? He's the administrator of Neon. Look, I'm giving you what you want. You know, I've spent my entire... Everything always works out for him while I've been... And all the while, he laughs at me behind my back. One advantage to being perceived as stupid is that when I walk into a party, I'm instantly the resident. I can't tell you the number of times I've overheard that my brother is spread. That wouldn't do any good. For every scheme he's gotten himself into, you know what? I am sick to death of being pushed around. The passcode for my terminal is GEN-41A18. That should give you access to the... I'm getting out of here while I still can. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, I'm at about... I don't have the background for this electrical engineering. Ben stuck me down here expecting me to work miracles. He didn't stop for even... All I need is one breakthrough. One! And I could shove this job. Holy crap. I mean, it would take some time, but all this time I've been trying to develop something new, and it's been staring me in the... Thank you for giving me that kicking. As usual, at first he made me deputy administrator. That went well, until I wouldn't cooperate. Then he had me work with Valentina over at Xenofresh, helping with Aurora. And now, here I am, chief technician. Because he's a two-faced son of a bitch, that's why. It's not like I should be surprised. When we were younger, I mean, he's 11 years older than I am. We had 2 different mothers. That's an understatement. I never knew my actual mother. She was my father's mistress. And I was Ben's mother. She didn't give a crap about me. Wouldn't even let me. And then there's Dad. So buried in the day-to-day operation. Yeah, I've tried. It's as though she was here one day and suddenly vanished. I wouldn't be at all surprised if my father had her killed to avoid public embarrassment. Yeah. Look, I appreciate what you're trying to do. And it's nice to get... That's why I gave you the encryption cipher. Anything I can do. Feels good to be in control for a change.
Oh yeah? What did Miss High and Mighty complain about this time?
Overspending, of course. Cost companies. Slash them.
you are. What kept you? It's obvious you're here to meet someone. Fortunately for them, I assume that same someone provided you with that... Well, yes. You didn't think your little foray into... Oh, I will. You know, I should give credit where it's due. That's the last time I'll ever... Because, like the majority of revenue-generating business, but more importantly than simply losing money, I don't like... And I'm a businessman, which means I know. It's because I don't negotiate with pirates. They don't... No. For your kind, it's only brute force and violence. Shoot first. It may seem that way, but for every rival I've had thrown in... Look, I'm not here to debate. All you have to do is tell me who's profiting from the virus you've uploaded. You don't have to worry about that. You point me to our little mole, and I'll do the rest. You don't even have to get your hands dirty. My dear friend, you couldn't I'm afraid you'll just have to Really? There's a body that Neon Security is going to be discovering very soon. I'd say you have about 1 hour. So, I assume this concludes... Oh, when you get back to the key, be certain to give... Ah, there you are. It's obvious you're here to meet. I assume that same someone provided you with that... All too well. You know, I should give credit where it's... That's the last... Probably. It's because I don't negotiate with... No. For your kind, it's only... It may seem that way, but for every... Look, I'm not here to... All you have to do is tell me who's profiting. Brayson. Interesting. And here... Perhaps I've missed... So, I assume this concludes our... Oh, when you get back to the key... Our business has concluded.
you're wondering what that smell is.
Hello.
Have you tried one of our advanced teller machines? Coffee flavors, all brewed using the secret
Can you believe Xeno?
Anyone else hear that? You won't get away. Hear me?
They're gone. It's good to be out and about. I was tired of waiting around.
If you have any questions, please. Hello. Welcome to Well, our conduction grid technology, as well as I'm sure many of our competitors would have a great day.
I went to chef school.
Hey, no funny stuff with that booze pack.
And toss back one of our exclusive velocity.
Hello. We love a jam.
Glad you're back. Sorry about the whole Benjamin Bayou thing at the Astral Lounge, but can you believe the nerve of that? Well, I was hoping we'd celebrate your return with some drinks and I was about to start partying early when Boone Morgan tipped me off the big. I'm pretty sure I missed him by less than a minute. So I've heard. Throwing Brayson under the bus like that. Well, I'm glad someone. Since Bayou flagged the virus, I can't risk accessing the system now. All that work I did trying to... Now I'm in a bit of a bind. The prep work for this job put me in deep for a bunch of... Well, a business partner of mine named Nix was the... Then there's the folks I paid to keep an eye on Ayumi Komiko, a few of the guards at Generdan. Honestly, I shouldn't be revealing my sources because that puts you on their radar. That's pretty cool of you to offer.
Sorry, Estelle. This was your scheme. You're on your own.
Believe me, he's not going to be much help. Look, I was hoping you'd pick up on what I was trying to ask. With help. Can you cut me in for a little bit of cash you're making on this job? I mean, I did get you in.
Given the heat we've brought on her, might be the right thing.
I appreciate that. I really do. Having you... How much, are you... Wow, that's way more than I expected.
Spend it wisely. Bayou's not one to take lightly.
All right, I guess we're done here. Tell Delgado if he ever needs me for anything. And hey, you won't be hearing Rook from me anymore. As far as I'm concerned, you're one of us now. Lifeblood of the fleet. If anyone tries to tell you otherwise, you send... Completely ruined? Nah. I was hoping it would stay on Generdine's mainframe for the long term. Nix really knows what he's doing, though he charged me about 6 months worth of earn. I hear things are heating up back at the Key, so I might fire up my bird and head over. Rumor has it that Delgado has some solid info on the Crix's legacy. If there's even a chance that it's true, I want to be there when Shinya Voss starts. Now, how did I know you were going to ask me that? Honestly, doesn't matter if I believe that Crix's legacy exists or not. If the man thinks that chasing shadows is going to make us rich, I mean, I'm not going to jump off a cliff for him or anything, but hey, he needs an extra ship at his... Put in a good word to Delgado for me, will ya?
You got time for a quick chat? I'd appreciate it when you're able. I'd appreciate... After our last talk, Vice, Cora's grandpa, good old Jacob, and that's complicated. I mean, can you blame them? But things with my dad. My early years, my mother died when I was 7. Me, I mean, I remember her. She banged up her knee real good in an accident. Supposed to be routine, but that damn... And one day, Mom's fine. She had these truly ancient... To the room with a red light, she'd develop pictures. I remember sitting on a stool, looking up at them. That's all I have. You better believe it. So, Jacob raised me on his own. And, I mean, I know how tough it is. Dad was a longtime civil servant, a big man in government. And he had a future all laid out for me. At his height, he was some sort of trade minister. After I came along, he stepped down to a lower posting. I can't deny it. He sacrificed... You know me too well, but I tried. I felt the weight. He said I had to learn the business, run some freight, see how credits flow. Meanwhile, he's working some angle for a government job for me after. I know, right? Even after I was with the Rangers, Dad was just always needling. But by then I knew myself more, and I could stand up to him. If I let Jacob into Cora's life, he'll dream up some big future for her, and... So, set up some ground rules, like you said I should do with Lillian? I don't think it would work. I guess I got more to think about. Where I belong. And we're docked.
All hell's breaking loose, Rook. Delgado needs you in the repair bay with... Hooray! You got the conduction gizmo. You did exactly... Are you ignoring me or something? Oh, it's bad. Real bad. Now get your ass...
A slow ship will get you caught. Talk to Jazz if you need help.
And you are sure we will have those defense batteries up and running?
No. I'm not sure. They're in bad shape, Del. Really bad shape. I'm already using duct tape and spit to keep the station from falling apart, and you want me to pull a rabbit out of my hat?
I don't want to hear excuses. I want to hear that it's going to be fixed. Period. Get it done.
All right. I'm on it.
You want to quit standing there and hand over the conduction grid data?
Nothing you need to worry.
Stay in your own space lane and let Jazz do her damn job.
Perfect. I'll take that.
Dependable as always.
Oh, that's real.
All right, listen up because I don't want to repeat. We've gotten word that UC Sistef is massing some. While we prepare for their arrival, I want you to head straight for Bannock 4 and bring Crix's legacy home. I have a very... They were so concerned that the threat was real, they actually jumped. Oh my god. Haven't you been paying... The only reason half the fleet's captains haven't scattered across the settlement. No money means no protection. No protection means... No. I need you to stay the course and bring that money back to the fleet. Lay it out, Jess.
All right, first things first. I'm gonna upload this data you snagged from Generdyne into the Keys databanks. All you need to do is build and then install a conduction grid module onto your ship. Oh, and if you haven't already, you'll need the comm spike module installed as well.
When do we get our own lackeys to do everything in creation while we lay back and watch SSNN?
Once your ship is ready, jump out to Bannock 4, board the Legacy, and bring us the cash. Everything you'll need for ship repair and construction is down in Jass's section of the key. If you have any questions about the mod, you better pray that isn't the case, because that means we are done. Of course there's a catch. What, you thought?
After you board the Legacy, be on the lookout for 2 transfer modules. Once you locate the Vault's control center, hook up the data core I'm gonna give you, and download everything they...
And before you get any bright ideas, like running off with the money, only a genius like Shinya will be able to crack that encryption. Because those Galbank ships were carrying so much money, they didn't even trust their own crew. That would be a first. I have yet to see encrypted currency that Shinya could not manipulate with it. I mean, the guy plugs his body directly into his mainframe. He eats, breathes, and shits number. Yeah? I should. Look, I'm gonna... If that money ends up anywhere but the key, I will hunt you then. Now get... The Crimson Fleet isn't really a fleet. It's an ideal. A principle. Over time, that notion has been lost. Captains have been turning their... Bringing Crix's legacy back to the fleet would be like validating everything Jasper Crix believed in. Of course, it wouldn't exactly hurt to have... You've met some of them already. Mathis Castillo, Yevgeny Rokov, Juan Dayu, Estelle Vincent, and Adler Kemp. They might feel like independents to you, but each one of them has a stake. I am sending word out to every able-bodied captain that they are needed. The toughest nut to crack is if you see that Commander Ikande has himself a hell of a ship there. Advanced shield tech, if we hope to stand a chance against it, we need those defenses. Now get your ass to Bannock 4.
I need to get those defensive batteries online, so make this fast. Not a problem. Conduction grid data is all set up in the system, so should... I'd love to take your money, but you're... Sure. Let me...
Shouldn't you be on your way to Bannock by now?